Okay, here's the shelter. The tower's 10 stories tall. The gray section is where the gym's at, on the second floor. Thought I would do a short list of about 30 items of things you can donate or do to help the homeless. And none of them will cost you very much, except a little bit of time, really. Well, some of them might, cost you a little bit if you choose to buy new, but gently used items are very much appreciated as long as they're clean and, ready to use, because there's just not enough volunteers to, wash and repair dirty stuff. So let's get to the list. I'm sure Miriam will add to this list. I've actually wrote down probably about 70 items my first night here and turned it in to the director as ways, people could donate to the homeless. And they thought I was being pretentious and asking for all that stuff. No, I put it in the first sentence of the letter. But people can't read, and the director has been off, I found out later, so anyway, first one is prayers. Say a prayer for a specific homeless person, even if you don't know anybody who's homeless. God will know who the prayer needs to go to. For Amberlyn Reed, and she got a lot of crap for this, but yeah, paper plates, bowls, plastic cups, and silverware, very much needed. Lunch bags, snack items. It's a good way to get rid of your excess Easter candy or Halloween candy, etc., etc. My first priest, Father Zori, rest his soul, or God rest his soul, and he is in heaven, always used to say in regards to charity, give up your time, talent, and treasure. Obviously with time, volunteer. Talent, if you have a skill. For example, plumber, electrician, carpenter, etc. Go in and replace an outlet in a homeless shelter. Repair the water fountain. Fix the bathroom doors. If you can knit, hats and mittens. I wouldn't say gloves because I think that is beyond the average knitter skill level. But hey, if you can do gloves, do gloves. Cook a meal. Again, that's, volunteering. But you could, cook it, freeze it, and take it to the shelter. Treasure, obviously, donate money. Set your coin jar up, and every time you fill it up, donate it to the shelter. That way you're donating, and it's money you don't miss. Gently used clothing, including underwear. Just make sure they're clean and not nasty. Batteries. People can buy the cell phone chargers that take AA batteries. A lot of homeless people have radios and flashlights, especially those who are living in camps. So basically any type of battery. And since a lot of things take odd number of batteries, collect those odd ones and donate them. There are churches and organizations that minister to the camps. Old cell phones and chargers. Because there's a lot of people that can't get Obama phones because they don't have IDs right now. Big problem in the homeless community. Yeah, I've learned quite a bit in the last few weeks. Socks, 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 socks. Can't emphasize that enough. Ziploc bags, even just you know, the few you have at the bottom of the box when you get a new box. Useful for all sorts of things. Gotta flip my page over. This is going to be ugly for a second. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, already covered 12. A ride to the hospital, job interview, etc. If you're an employer, a job. I think there are some programs where you can get credit through the government for employing disadvantaged people. And especially if they're a homeless veteran, homeless minority veteran, homeless minority woman veteran. You get the picture. Dignity. Don't be afraid of the homeless. We don't bite. Although there are a lot of them on drugs and a lot of them with mental illnesses. But again, they're not going to bite. Advocate for mental health hospitals. That's one reason we have a huge homeless problem in this country. Hold on a second. Back during the Reagan era, there was a push due to some bad mental hospitals and improved medication to close most of the mental hospitals in this country. And I'm talking the long-term mental hospitals. It was Central State here in Indianapolis. But yeah, the tendency is people will go on their meds for a while, they don't feel right, they go off of them, you know. There's several people in that shelter that should be in long-term mental health facilities. So anyway, yeah, you know, there was this big push and most of these mental hospitals got closed, and there's a lot of people that are homeless now that shouldn't be if those facilities were open. Now this one is kind of tough, and you don't want to do. This one takes a lot of commitment. Live as a homeless person for 2 weeks. No car, no money, you know, go to the shelter, live the life. And this would probably be a good project for a church to do. So, you know, especially if you already have a homeless ministry. Because there's just nothing like living it to know what's needed. And it doesn't have to be 2 weeks, it could be 3 days. Food, especially protein. Because God, do we get enough sugar. Breakfast today at the shelter was 2 donuts. And they were pretty thickly covered with sugar. I only ate one of them. Matter of fact, when I was in the mental hospital and had protein with every meal, I dropped 8 to 10 pounds that week. So, yeah. And I was eating pretty good there, too. So, and not getting much exercise. That's the power of protein. You know, if they got a sale on peanut butter, buy an extra jar of peanut butter and donate it. Backpacks, bags, and luggage. I think that's self-explanatory. If you're donating to a women's shelter, makeup, perfume, men's shelter, you know, cologne, aftershave, shaving kits, or even just razors. If you got an old set of clippers laying around, You know, I've got electric clippers because I cut my own hair. Needs it really bad right now. Can't wait to get that out of storage. So yeah, that's a big item that's needed. Baby wipes, used for 1,000 different things. That's a really high need item. You can get them at Family Dollar, and we're at my church. For 372 packs for like $5. And trust me, it's very much appreciated. Cigarettes and cigars. The cigars are cheaper. The 752s are about $1 a pack plus tax. At least here in Indiana, New York, Chicago, LA. I have no idea. But you know, get the cheap cigarettes, regular and menthol. You know, homeless people have enough stress without people preaching don't smoke, because it is a stress reliever. Camping equipment, sleeping bags, tents, cots, tarps. Tarps, a lot of times you can get free at Harbor Freight if you're buying something else. Bedding, let's see, shoes and socks, flashlights, radios, earphones, earplugs. And you can find shelters, homeless daycares, and street camp ministries to donate to. So have a great day.